Prepare yourself, guys. Chris with T3 Medias, and this is the movie review of the Netflix original. It's called Extremely Wicked, Shockingly Evil, and Vile. Sorry, I had to double check because I've been calling it extremely vile, shockingly something. So I have to make sure. It's a long title for the Ted Bundy movie, and it is starring Zac Efron. And when I first heard the title, I didn't know what to think. I was like, wow, why would you name it something weird like that? It's the Ted Bundy movie. Got to be something weird. And if you have seen the movie like I have on Netflix, and like if you have not, spoilers, because I'm gonna go into it a little bit, but I mean, come on, you kind of know how it ends, right? But it was shocking to me, and I think one of the best parts of this film was when the title of the movie was said in the movie. I believe it was read by John Malkovich, the judge. I love the way it was directed, the way it was written, because it started in it found a key point, I guess, in Ted Bundy's history when he was in like some kind of like in this crossroads between his troubles with the law and his balance to keep, you know, his mask on, right? Because he's even his first arrests. Well, and I was watching this with my stepdaughter. My stepdaughter was watching it herself. You know, I watched it alone in the living room. I didn't know she was also watching it. She was in her room, and then she finished it later, and we both finished it at the same time. Like, coincidentally, we were watching simultaneously, but, you know, two separate areas. And then we came together, and we were like, "Was Ted Bundy guilty?" And I was like, "Look, I was 9 years old when that man was executed. So I don't know. I never really looked back into the Ted Bundy thing. I heard the name because it's been referenced so many times. Police can do two things. They can come to a crime situation, you know, and then follow the evidence, or they can already have their suspect in their mind and then make the investigation of the evidence fit their conclusion that they've already came in the door with. When they want you to be guilty, and the sad thing about our judicial system, it's happened. It happens. It's happening and will continue to happen. There are innocent people in prison, on death row, have been executed, who later have been found who have been totally innocent. Let's say Twitter was invented back in 1980, and you know, DNA was still in the dark ages, right? Ted Bundy would have been set free. The way he played the audience, the way those women were enchanted by this guy. The epitome of, "Officer, can you let me off with a warning?" And just give that smile. I'm a nice looking white guy, you know. I can't, you know, I don't fit the description of a bad guy. I don't look like a bad guy. Maybe you should go talk to that other guy. He looks like a bad guy. It's like George Costanza said, "It's only a lie if you believe it." He believed his own BS. He could murder somebody one day, wipe himself clean, and I didn't do it, and believe he didn't do it the next day. The thing that brought it home was the performance by Lily Collins, Elizabeth, and I'll tell you why. Her journey of conflict was mine as well. You have to from the very beginning of when the BS really started, because he used the truth. You know, that's a cop trying to make his case with bad evidence. Oh my God, really? That's just, and then that's it. That's when the sympathy started, and that's where it got me. I'm like, what the hell happened for real? You can tell he loved Elizabeth, because he released her. I killed her I took her head with a hacksaw. He wrote it on the wall, and as disgusting as that was, it's what that woman needed, and he gave it to her. He released her, and then you notice what he did after that. When the police started coming in, he wiped it away, and he put the mask back on, smiled, because he thought he could still get away with it. I feel like if you followed the case back then, if you were an adult back then, that was the roller coaster people were going through. Is this dude guilty? He can't be guilty. Look at him. You know, people were going through that, and this movie captured that feeling. That feeling was a character in its own in this movie, and it took me. I felt like I'm 39 years old. I felt like I was 39 years old in the early 80s, going through this whole thing, watching it unfold on TV. Okay, because the way he defended himself in the courtroom, I'm like, dude could win this. And serial killers everywhere would have been like, yeah, I'm gonna defend myself. But they were like, oh, that didn't work out. Well, let me get that lawyer. So, kudos to the writers, kudos to the actors, the production team, Netflix. That was amazing. That was amazing. Zac Efron, go back to comedy for a while, dude. You took me for a loop, and you need to show off the abs for a couple more years, man. I gotta decompress after this, man. Let me know what you guys thought. Send your questions, send your comments, email. Support the channel any way, shape, or form that you can. I appreciate everything. And until next time, guys.